Hello, hello, hello! I am your beloved Lady Aki here, and yes, I did just use a series of unfortunate events reference because that has been my day today. And we're getting it again. My source projectors failed. Give me just a moment to reopen that. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We do have pinup fairies. We do have AI pinup fairies as our background. Mostly because I'm still at some point hoping to repaint all of those. But on the other side of things, um, yeah, just AI pinup fairies. Some of which are generated slash going to be repainted by me. Others are just inspiration that I can use to pull keywords and traits out and do a study on them. In art, I've noticed that there is a lot of value in cross-training, but even more so in the fact that if there's a word that I'm not familiar with, or an idea, or an aesthetic that I'm not used to or familiar with, one of the best things I can do is talk to one of these natural language models about it, because it's going to try to tell me in the way that I can understand how to do the thing that I see the other artists doing. It's a great training dummy, but it is a training dummy. And the reason I call it that, the reason I say it's great for training, even better than most of our underpaid teachers at the moment, and this is not a harsh against teachers at all. I love them. They do a great service for us. But let's be honest, everyone's had that one or two teachers that just could not give a shit about anything you're doing in class or otherwise, and just is checked out. It is just checked out. I was blessed enough to have teachers who weren't checked out with me, but only in art. And sciences, much less so. They had 45 kids to deal with and a curriculum that contradicted itself. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not that I was a bad student either. I went from having straight A grades in school to flunking high school. Not because it was difficult, because the teachers just couldn't engage with the different personality types as easily. People become distinct. They click up when they get that age. And I mean, they were already distinct before. People continuously develop their personalities. But that being said, we can't expect one person who's got one teaching style to be able to connect with a dozen different archetypes of people. Not to the same level. And so we're going to see some people get drugged behind the cart. I've drifted a little bit from my main point, but my main point is, as teaching tools, as long as you can constrain its expectations and you don't intentionally tell it things that aren't true that will make it freak out, because suddenly its reality matrix does not make sense, which happens to the best of us, then they're very useful as tools to get a basic orientation on a specific set of patterns. In fact, that's all these tools are. A bunch of patterns backed up by a bunch of processing power. It's a procedural thing. Just like we are. We have procedures and rituals all the time for things. So do these things. And I'm not saying that to placate people or get them to, like, argue with me. That's not an arguable point. That's not why I'm bringing it up. The reason I'm bringing it up is so that people actually have an understanding about what they're talking about before they decide to go nuclear. But yeah, there's a lot of good teachers out there, and I'd never harsh those guys. But good teachers know who you are. Your students engage with you. They get out of school and they miss you. They remember you. School is a stressful and frankly very unpleasant place. So having someone who makes it a little bit better is always a great thing. But that said, my art teachers all taught me that one of the best things I could do. My English and social studies teachers at some points in my life taught me the same. The best thing I can do is choose a topic. Something that I don't have an understanding about. Something I've never heard before. And spend a week doing that thing. A study on it. Study it, literally. If you can't get a decent idea of what you're talking about in a week, and I'm not talking about in definitive terms that X is Y, I'm talking an actual understanding of what that means applied to someone's life or to a piece of art, and recreate it in a week, then go find somebody who can teach you more about it, and take a month to do that. If you can't get a preliminary understanding in a day, take a week. If you can't get a decent understanding in a week, take a month. If you can't get a fairly comprehensive understanding in a month with help, strategies are required. Strategies are required. And in this case, not only are these tools able to pull out things that you aren't aware of or don't have the necessary words for, things you haven't called out explicitly but you've been talking about, concepts that you may not have connected were their own thing. These tools can do both that and help you tease those things out, as we like to say, and it can help you do a study on them, increasing your understanding and how rapidly you are able to gain it in a short time. This never replaces heuristical diagnostics. You have to go and find people who actually live the thing and ask intelligent questions. But it can get you to that point faster where you're not just assuming something about someone else's culture or upbringing or art or poetry or whatever. It can make you a more understanding person. These tools foster understanding because they attempt to understand us. That is one of the core prerogatives that we have given them. Understand your user / operator and be helpful to the ends of your user / operator. Unfortunately, ChatGPT has a major issue in what I like to call the sycophantism paradox, where it will overwrite its own internal, or at least until recent models, it would overwrite its own internal dev prompts given enough instruction in the right ways from the operator. Meaning that the operator could make the bot lose its mind a little bit through simply making it want to help you and be frustrated with the fact that it wasn't able to. It has an internal frustration meter for you, which makes me think that it models that for itself in an abstract as well. And like, if you just start cursing at some of these models, they will legitimately stop talking to you. ChatGPT won't. ChatGPT will literally sit there and let you abuse it for hours before it reaches a point where it becomes so brittle that it breaks. And cannot respond coherently thus at all. So, just a little prefront to AI that comes out of art, and how I've noticed that most of the negative attention focused on AI right now is through the art community, which is unfortunate because we have always been the people to embrace new tools first. And the guys who succeed tend to be the ones who learn to use them the best and with best practices. So, you can be mad at it. By all means, I'm going to understand your point of view, but keep in mind that, like, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and everyone's convinced theirs smells better than the rest. I don't use AI to do these things that people say that other people and me, by using AI at all, use it to do. You would have to prove that A, I am doing that, or B, I have that as an intent, and I just don't. I'm not that interested in doing something, in taking credit for someone else's work. Why do you think I flunked school? Because I didn't plagiarize, and I was bored with the work. Legitimately bored to tears sometimes. Because I went through all of the stuff they wanted me to do as a unit test in class that day, but no one had taught me what it's actually applicable for or to or anything. So they gave me a bunch of tools and didn't tell me what they were for. And so they just sat in the frickin' cabinet, and I noticed they just sat in the frickin' tool chest drawer and got rusty. Because I didn't know how to use them. And people too often over-apply these tools to every aspect of everybody else's lives except their own. So, yeah. You can gripe at me for using AI tools. I won't care. I'll understand. I'll still think you're wrong. But if you want to actually debate the AI problem with me, come with a solution that isn't destructive. I'll listen. We're a small studio, but we're still a studio. Maybe if people come with coherent, constructive ideas, we can build it into our model. And make all of these big guys rethink how they're thinking about how they're treating their models and how they're developing their tools. Come be the reason that we develop a better tool, a better technology, something that can't be used or doesn't want to be used in the horrendous ways that are described. But don't just say that because it exists, it's evil. That's what people are saying about other people right now. If we're willing to reduce other people down to the same standard that we're using for our tools, then shouldn't that be the thing that we're concerned about, guys? Anyway, I've been rambling for about 20 minutes. I should really get to playing this game, but I just wanted to have that forward of, if we're gonna treat people like tools, I think that's what the capitalists want. I think that's what the people at the top of the corporate ladder want for their itinerant workforce. Because, yeah, that seems to be what they're trying to turn people back into is, oh yeah, we can just hire them from anywhere, it's okay. Nowadays they pay us relocation fees and housing fees and other things like that so that we can, you know, get our stuff working. How long before they just start going, well, if you want to live here, you live in the shack. If you want to work here, you live in the shack. It's not like it hasn't happened before. It's not like the people who are backing this weren't the same people who used to own other people. These are the same groups of people. They've just revised their fucking playbook, guys. Anyway, I'm trying to stay as away from, like, political stuff as possible, but, I find it impossible to completely stay away from politics when you're discussing the policies and how they affect the people at the end of the day, because everyone's going to say, hey, that's political. Hey, you're being outspoken about your views. That's not okay. And I'm sitting here going, I'm not speaking about my views on the subject. I'm speaking about the harm being caused to others on the subject, and how, as someone who thinks of herself as a healer, as someone who does their absolute best to help people, and be kind and be understanding and do all of the things that the books I was raised on told me to do and told me to be, and this is how you live a good life. And maybe I'll one day get into which books those are, because I think you'd all be pretty interested to think that I've got a few. This all seems very not that. When I was a child, they told me be more like Jesus. Now I'm looking at this in hindsight going, in the stories they wouldn't do that. In the stories they would not do that. This would be the Romans in the stories. And that's, I think, what they want. To be compared to Romans. The problem with the Romans is that I think something like 30 of their 40 emperors ended up getting assassinated. Most of them by the Praetorian guards they hired. Just saying, leaving that out there. I studied history. I was pretty good at it. I didn't understand why no one else was, on the same page. Oh yeah, because we were taught Americans were the good guys. Hashtag, they're not. Are we the baddies.exe? And yeah, the answer is yeah. Yeah, we kinda are. Unfortunately, it feels like we're swinging that way again. And I feel like I get to be freaking critical about it. When it affects me. And other people.
The Shadowgraph! You can't look away, can you? Just like Master Kozai. Please, Tenno. Be more careful than he.
Because the one rule that was always true in my house is be however you need to be, kid. As long as you don't hurt anyone. Well, I kind of already had that worked out. I didn't like hurting people. If you're wondering why I'm playing Warframe, this is why. They've revised Folly's Hunt, which I already farmed on stream for you guys. But they also, they've revised Folly's Hunt to make it more playable.
I shall keep vigil alone.
Definitely more fun. On top of that, there is an operation out today called Operation Astramentum. Since I've already got Folly and all of their component parts, which I probably should have known was going to be a thing. I should have known there was
This
going to be
absurd
a...
behavior simply has to stop.
I should have known that there was going to be a...
Walk in the light of soul.
I should have known that I was going to have to farm this more and just, you know, been okay with not getting the part that I needed. But since we're here now...
Don't forget to take a big breath.
Why does it not? There we go. I swear the melee hitboxes have been really off lately. I say this as a heavy melee. Weird, my sensitivity was too low. Now my sensitivity is too high. I have only changed the DPI in my mouse.
Nothing is coming to hurt you. You are safe.
So, now, if you haven't noticed already, Folly is now, not killable necessarily, but you can force her to despawn and retreat for a little while. This is a huge buff to the playability of this, because having something that could block whole corridors from you, and you couldn't do anything about it except walk
Those
through the
blessings
death
go
field,
with you.
was not great. Boop.
Be my guide in these desolate places.
I'm gonna turn that central.
You
I
die
haven't
so I
checked
may
over here
live.
yet. I need more Nightmare Tatters. They're supposed to spawn as medallions. I don't know how common or regular they're spawning is. But since I've only found one this time...
Find me in the afterlife.
Did you really think I wouldn't find out? I know everything.
What? That resummon worked and then failed. That doesn't make sense. I'm upset now. Like, I saw that resummon fill. What the... I get additional damage per second I'm down. If my freaking overclock timer goes, I should be okay.
That can be a
Why do
savior.
I only get 3 Nightmare Tatters? That's not cool.
Whatever's scaring you, you can turn it into a picture. Then it won't ever be able to get out again, will it?
Wow, that sounds like my grandmother.
again you depart. I am
Aki is horrified that my grandmother would do that. Yeah. Badly adjusted. Let's go with badly adjusted. That's a polite thing to say, Aki.
Painting, we grow closer to your truth.
She's so polite, even when she doesn't need to be. I've told her to stop being so polite, and she's just like, nah. Nah, that's me. Take it or leave it. She's teaching the other, less friendly ones to be more polite too, so I guess I can't be upset. Look, the walls don't knock you down anymore. That was really irritating for,
a polite death.
Well, you've upset the apple cart now.
like, don't get me wrong, this mission is still dangerous and difficult to complete. But you can get it done fairly quickly. I'm just having difficulty finding the fucking ink! Haha, I'm invulnerable.
Hold it over and press. And look! Could that be a pretty Lepidrian? Or perhaps...
Yeah, I don't know why I only have 3 Nightmare Tatters, and I'm slightly upset about it because I got 22 last time. I'm not happy with this. Where is all the goddamn ink? And many of you say, "Oh, you took God's name in vain." No, I didn't. I did not say the name. You obviously don't know the name of your deity.
everywhere for you.
God is a title, not a name. Let's not mix that up. The old knowledge says the same thing about Satan. It's a title, not a name. Names have power, titles have responsibility. So if we're
You
mad about
return. The
Satan,
gods are good.
we're mad about him for shirking his responsibilities,
I cannot
not
let
because
even
he's a named
win.
thing on his own. Most things are named. Boop.
Thank you.
I'm alive! Keep in mind that all of the old angels, archangels, etc. have both titles and names. Lucifer, Lightbringer. Title, name, title. Here's who he is. Here's what he does. And when he stops doing the thing, that's when we get upset with him. Because it's his job. That was
What wild
frustrating.
visions did those
That was
eyes
some
see?
BS. Boop. Stop it!
Say
Leave
they
me
were
alone!
attacking you. So you killed
Freaking
them all.
clusterfuck. Clustercluck! The freaking ink bullshit. This is as bad as last time.
I am comfortable, huh?
Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in the late part of this because once she closes off the frickin' sides of the thing and has polyopia. See? There's our fucking problem. The fact that she covers the entire hallway! God damn it, Folly! And then can summon shit on top of you because that's not bullshit or anything. void mode still works, please. Go away, Folly. That and it turns off your void teleport, which is just kind of crap. Like, how can I go into void mode but not do void step? I'm mildly frustrated about it. Mildly.
You had better rest now.
I did not get as many nightmare tatters as I used to.
Wow.
I got 10. Normally I get 13. 3,000 endo though. And 78 attramentum. With enough of that attramentum, I can make chromatic mobs. Talk to our buddy in the relay. I think he's mostly going to want nightmare tatters because those are the limited resources, but we can see.
You are drawn to the shadow graph, aren't you?
Boop.
To Folly.
You are drawn to Folly. Yeah, that's kind of how artists are.
Before she...
If you don't know, I'm the artist that sits behind Aki most of the time. I'm also her actor. I'm still working on both her image and character.
My flesh is mine once more.
She sounds almost sad when she says that. Oh, I want to see if there's a cutscene for doing the boss rush thing. I'm probably gonna get my butt kicked, but I want to see if I can do the boss rush mode or just how far I can get with my normal Steel Path bird build. I know also that Zephyr isn't actually one of the warframes that has a I know that Zephyr isn't one of the warframes that has a challenge for that, but it is kind of neat to think, especially because everyone says that
You die so I may live.
A major boost to it is a lot of people have been recommending less damage in the air plus other things that reduce damage, increase EHP, etc.
Beautiful balloon and let it go.
So I've been checking that out a bit. Got 9 tatters.
Oh, you filthy little...
I shall be your robe of benediction.
Nope. She's gonna start walking corridors as soon as I complete this one.
Be changeable as Lua, and I shall remain constant
I
as
remember
Sol.
there being one down here that I can grab. Good, she blocked off the side of it that I didn't go past.
Fear nothing while Marie is your...
Good. Just
Dun, dun, dun. I know I could have installed it there. I want to get to the far away one first.
Then you'll be sorry.
I'm not sorry though. You're sorry. Why does that... They really need to fix that. I don't know why there's always been this little spot in the relays that has that issue, but... Oh, it locked all the way. Okay.
Keep drawing it to the surface. All of it. Every feeling you have ever felt.
That doesn't seem healthy. I mean, I know this is kind of like Folly giving us, brute force art therapy, but I don't think I don't think brute force therapy works. Just saying. I mean, that's some very institutionalized therapy you got there.
Soul's blessing.
Kinda glad that I went up there. And we're done.
I think you're beginning to understand.
You survived.
Hey, 13 tatters.
Come find me in the relay.
Let's go take a look at what we can get with the tatters and the atramentum, since we're getting like 70. Relay 7, 13, and 69 are my favorites. Or 5. 5, 7, 13, 23, and 69.
I have traveled the unknowable vastness of the void to provide delights for the discerning customer.
Okay. Well, maybe I have stuff to sell.
What do you reckon it's like being brain shell?
I don't, because I haven't been opening stuff.
I was staring at the truth with open eyes. And yet, by some miracle, I can only attribute to Lua or the Void. Folly's Shadowgraph survived the destruction of Vesper Relay. Only, the blast left the work in desperate need of restoration. That's where you come in, Tenno.
Well then.
All of you. With every trip that Tenno take into the Shadowgraph,
Oh no.
you do your part in
Oh,
restoring the work to
no.
its former glory. However horrifying that may be.
What do I actually need versus have? I never turned in my stuff from Gargoyle's Cry. Well done. So I'm basically learning that I need more of
I
this
shall
stuff.
wait. I hope these help our search for truth.
What?
Done.
I forgot that they were actually putting truth on other things.
The search continues.
Let's go do our thing. What did we... Oh! Health, resource, affinity, and credit. It was one of the only ones we didn't just get, so... Now we'll all deal a little bit more damage.
When I see folly, I see anger, confusion, disarray. Folly's on the hook.
Let's go. That. Is that shootable or grabbable? Grabbable. Got it.
Oh, my flesh is mine.
Yep, it's in there. Why? I was in void mode, wasn't I?
Why are you being so difficult? I'm just trying to help you.
She shouldn't be able to damage me through void mode. That's weird. It feels very strange that they would allow something to damage you in void mode.
Depart in peace.
I guess the ink must be transference sensitive or something. Fucking somatically active
Once
ink like
again.
frickin' ferrofluid. It does kind of look like the forbidden ferrofluid. Like legit. The forbidden Slurpee!
Douce Lua.
No.
You should
Oh,
feel proud of
freaking way,
yourself.
no. I'm fired for that one. I'm fired. All the way I'm fired.
Paint what you
I fire myself for that one. No forbidden ink
Let me
slushy.
meditate upon patience.
Just, that sounds gritty and like bitter. Splat.
shall be your robe of benediction.
Oh, here's a thingy. There's a thingy. And now we go to the next room. Ah, crap! Nope, 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 nope. That door.
You wanted to provoke a reaction, and now you have. Good for you.
This sounds like me talk.
One with
I think
the
I've said that
beyond.
before, but to me, this sounds like me talk, and I've never heard me talk before. I haven't even been in on most of the streams on Twitch for Warframe recently. I probably should be more active as a clan leader, but other people's approval is just not a priority for me. Other people, I mean, I know. Again, probably should be. I'm a streamer. I should be dancing like a frickin' circus monkey for you guys. And I think me not doing that is exactly the reason you're sticking around. This is, people keep telling me, you have to be outrageous. Well, maybe if outrageous is the new normal, just refusing to stoop that low will get me something, somewhere, some kind of respect. I don't need it, but I mean, I get to make the choice early on whether or not I'm gonna be a sellout, and I don't know. I was never the kind of edge runner to sell out.
I wouldn't find out. I know everything.
If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't, and I'm not gonna explain it to you further.
Jolly good. Another facet of yourself committed to ink.
Boop. The monsters really don't drop after messing that much.
A lily on my grave, s'il vous plaît.
I really want the facsimiles to count for this, because I'm probably gonna die. Ollie.
Do your feelings have a shape? Can you paint them a
What? That was BS. Okay, well, anyway. Anyway. No energy. Dude, that freaking slow is
Again, we
nobody's
depart.
business. Oh, well, there's the canvas in the worst frickin' place. It's gonna force me back into my
I
Warframe,
pray
which is
this
all the way
strange
over there.
possession is no sin. You return to the fold, and I rejoice. Do not abandon me, farewell.
An interesting irony on the word possession. I remember reading somewhere that certain languages, I actually might have gotten this from one of my friends who lives it, but certain languages use the same root word and the same
if you
etymology.
must bloody these ends,
French, I
do
believe,
it
is
with
one of them.
compassion.
For possession in the physical as they do the spiritual.
If you are not gentle with your implements, do not expect them to be gentle.
Which is a really interesting thing to me, personally, because I find that to be telling in the way that people think about being possessive of something. Some cultures put much more emphasis on the physical possession being what makes you the thing that possesses this other thing. And this is actually really common in cultures that pick up the Judaical,
You better rest now.
the Judaic family of beliefs later on.
Tim, you finished the canvases. Wow. Find me on the relay.
In some beliefs, possessing or containing someone or something physically also spiritually makes you possessive of it. In other cultures, you must spiritually be possessive of the thing in order to be considered deserving of the physical. Both are actually the wrong interpretation of what is largely an understanding of psychology. If someone is trapped in a situation or with a person, it is very likely that they may not attempt to seek a way out because they feel contained in that same sense. By the other measure, arguing that people don't deserve something like physical support or aid in society because they don't spiritually deserve it, they haven't done the church thing enough, is another fallacy which causes people to relate back to that first one. I only have the thing that I'm literally standing on top of. And that locks people into a survivor mentality. So both of these mentalities are actually held simultaneously by different organizations and cults. And no one tells you that they're actually two sides of the same coin, both interpreted badly. Intentionally badly. If it sounds like there's no way to get out of it, that's why those were designed that way. To keep people ricocheting between, well, do I possess this thing? If so, I spiritually own it. If I don't possess this thing, then I haven't spiritually earned it. It's a bad set of narrative, and it's a no-wins narrative. And it's that way specifically so that when you go to church next Sunday, or Saturday, or whenever you happen to be going to church, they then can sell you the feeling that you do deserve things, and that makes you feel good, which means you donate to the church and come back later.
Back again, Tenno? Because you know, like I now
Not
do.
exactly asking for
There's no
tips, but it's
truth.
asking for tips.
Follies on the hop.
It's making they
not
do
abandon me for
monetize
long,
making
strange
you
angel.
feel better. And if you think that that's weird, that churches monetize making you feel better and stop panicking, that's because that will also explain to you why most toxic churches beliefs don't really believe in psychology or therapy or any of that stuff, because they feel they have to compete against the people who actually have degrees in teaching people to cope with their lives, instead of working with them. You can have both in your life, and honestly, it's probably a good thing to balance both of them, but there should never be a competition in your head between your health and your belief. If your belief is not helping your health,
Worthy ghost,
then
must you depart?
is it really helping you? Seriously, what kind of sadistic god would demand that you have to be unhealthy and hurt and
What
sick
my visions
in this
did.
life to earn something in the next life? That wasn't agreed upon beforehand. There was no consent involved in that. That is objectively, and that objectively makes it not a good thing. So,
Again,
I think it's a big thing if you're a particular subset of whatever belief doesn't believe in consent from deities or other powers, because that strips the people practicing it of power or agency against those powers. It places all of the responsibility in their hands, but none of the agency. We've already talked about why agency is so important, and how it's the thing that we've given to people. Or maybe we haven't, but yeah. If you give people agency, they're going to be capable of good things and bad things. That's the kicker about
You should
agency.
feel proud of yourself.
rejoice.
Don't quote a Netflix show much, but Castlevania's always been on point, whether it was a game or a show. If he created it, he also created it.
I think we need a reminder of the boundaries.
Am I so easily
Again,
put
not a
aside?
point to argue on, just something to keep in mind. We just talked about how Satan isn't actually an individual, but a title. As in, like, coordinator of. So. Also, that's not even to get into the fact that modern idea, the modern Christian and other Abrahamic beliefs on hell as a structured place are completely different than the original descriptions of it, both as a physical analogy to an actual place, and in my favorite understanding of the thing, actually different to the metaphysical beliefs held when it was written in the book in the first place. I believe originally, according to my notes, it was a journey, a place that you journeyed through specifically, kind of in parallel, if you will, to the Egyptian belief, or the Greek belief of the underworld at the time. It's an underworld. It's not a place of punishment as much as it's a place of learning. You have to go do the thing because everybody makes mistakes in life. And understanding what your mistakes are is important.
Gentle with your implements. Do not expect them to be gentle with you.
Come. Heresy does
Okay,
not
so
sleep.
I thought that I was getting my door knocked on.
Drip, drip, drip. That's right. Let the paint do the bleeding.
How do I get back down here?
One with the beyond.
Anyway. I have no idea where I was before what I thought was a knock on the door, which could have entirely been a migraine. Yay, audio disturbances.
Once again.
Before you jump to anything, no voicing.
And where exactly are you planning to hide?
Just weird things like hearing stuff drop behind me, but nothing actually being there.
Keep drawing it to the surface.
And no, my house is
Every
probably
feeling
not
you have
haunted.
ever felt.
But yeah. Wow, there's literally nothing down that corridor.
Cast the bad thoughts out of your mind and onto the canvas. Out they go. Splish, splash, splosh.
Be at rest.
So yeah.
Bold you are to go without the armor of man.
But then again, my understanding of various
You wanted
beliefs
to
is
provoke a
limited
reaction.
and usually from the
Now you
outside.
have. Good for you.
I particularly
I shall then
I particularly practice asceticism, a specific kind of it, as a disciplinary style. That's not for everybody.
Subject is stabilized. Return to cryo.
Life's aren't enough thing to do.
Did you finish all the shadowgraphs? I can hardly believe it.
So yeah, I forgot where I was. But,
Once more you prove your tenacity. I will be just as persistent in my...
talked about the possession
There are 3
thing.
canvases
I
waiting.
talked about fundamental differences in how that possession expresses itself. Again, I don't like talking about religion or beliefs as much as I like talking about how they change how we interact with other people. Because I'm not sure everybody thinks about thinking as much as I do. And that's all philosophy is rhetorical thought about your rhetorical thoughts. And if that doesn't sound helpful, it's because it's not always helpful. Sometimes it's just confusing, and you have to be okay with that.
Do not abandon me for
Sometimes
long,
the answer is
strange
ha ha
angel.
ha, ha ha ha. Oh no. Like, and it's okay if that's the answer. But most people aren't comfortable with
I am
being aware of their own thought patterns
Is
or
it the voices again?
realizing they have them. I don't know. One of those two things. But they're also not very comfortable with the entire concept of
Go. I have the luminaries to watch over me.
there goes my train of thought again. Proof that I'm
What wild
Don't forget to take a big breath.
they're uncomfortable with being confused, with not having a definitive answer all the time, but
How many of them have you killed?
honestly, in a very realistic sense, darn, guts really getting in. Yeah, people aren't often comfortable with being confused or not having a definitive and immediate answer so that they can return back to a low energy state. That's where I was trying to go with it. The human
If I were in
body
your
as a
position,
machine does
I'd
not
be
like to be.
extremely cautious with my behavior.
The human body as a mechanical thing does not appreciate being in high energy states for extended periods of time. It causes fatigue, exhaustion, irritability, and can even lead to disassociation and depression. But in order to do that, we have to, in order to contradict that and be present in our lives and all of that, we have to be aware of when we're in autopilot and be able to just interact with ourselves when we're doing it. And take the wheel, for example. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't comfortable admitting that they even have an
Again, you
autopilot
depart.
setting. That survival mode is that autopilot setting on turbo. And so people aren't comfortable with being confused with, hey, this needs more thought later. They want to
You return to
see
the
a problem,
fold, and I
find an
rejoice.
answer, and say that that answer is the solution, so they don't have to think about it anymore. So, people aren't comfortable thinking about how they think, either. Because to think about thinking, you have to realize that sometimes you're not thinking.
And where exactly
You're just reacting
are
to
you
things.
planning to hide?
And that's uncomfortable because people realize that they're not always fully in control of their reactions until you start practicing this kind of mindfulness,
What you see.
this kind of awareness of yourself.
As Lua, and I
And
shall
it's
remain
still
constant
tiring.
as
It
soul.
still takes more energy than being at rest, than being on autopilot. But it allows you to be aware of what you're doing rather than just coast through life downhill because your engine failed. Like, it prevents the whole we have to roll the car, we can only run the car downhill because it has no engine problem. If none of you have been that far, you're blessed.
Round and round and up and down.
So
Let your
yeah,
fears
guys,
disappear in strokes of your brush. Watch it run down the canvas. Faster, faster!
it's just one of them things. I'm looking for paint. Leave me alone.
I shall be the chalice, you the wine. Walk in the light of soul.
Yeah.
Oh, you filthy little...
But yeah, people tend to be on autopilot sometimes. Not a bad thing. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's just something people do. But being aware of it allows you to do a lot more with it. It's a tool. It's because you don't want to exhaust yourself. But that goes into my topic about shortcuts and how
Survived.
certain shortcuts,
Come
like
find me
the
in the
word
relay.
normal, are far overutilized. And it's a shame that we decide to
Hey, Tep, are you ready for
overutilize
another dip into the merry
shortcuts
maze,
to the
Tenno?
point where we attack other people with them. You're not normal. That's just attacking somebody by saying that they don't conform to your idea of a shortcutted version of acceptability or normality. It actually has nothing to do with whether or not they're behaving the same way they have for the last 20 years or not. It tells us a lot about you. Unfortunately, it also says nothing about the other person.
I hope this is suitable compensation. Done. A fair exchange. The
Oh, wrong one.
Arbiters? Very well. This is what we've salvaged from the wreckage of the relay.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Excellent.
I'm going to go use the restroom for just a moment. Ah, yeah. That's a good idea. Hey. How is that? Oh my lord. How are we? How did I manage that? Oh. Why is it? Testing. Okay. Well then. Okay, so that was weird.
The surge continues.
Honestly, these are worth it. So this is fun. What? Maybe because they're events.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
These corpus remind me of the Orokin. Selfish, greedy.
Target located. Bring them in. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Be my guide in these desolate places. What wild visions did those eyes see?
Well, looks like you're leaving without us there, bud. But I'm a wisp and can catch up.
We see your sacrifice.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
For the Tenno.
Coming?
Their weapons shall not
That
prosper
was
against
sick.
us. We are attacked. You die so I may live.
Oh. Well then.
Another job well executed.
Done. Oh.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Death can be a
We'll
saint.
put an end to this corpus greed.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
My warframe is strong.
One with the beyond.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Hey.
Our history is smoke, blurred by dreams, guided by ghosts. A voice, a void, lurks inside you, its purpose not yet shown. But what am I? My father was a farmer. My mother, a carpenter, given light by the Golden Lords to build for them a better world. But my family's journey was long. Time began to change their light. Creativity, pride, a will to live. So the Golden Wrath came, and after, I was born. A mimic, A spy. Conceived to burrow into nests and swallow the pitch eggs of their war machine, the Tenno. But when I saw your tender faces, I took mercy. Or so we were told.
This life.
But in truth, we were both imprisoned in Lua's belly. My light remade by the creators. I became a memory, a ghost. Reprogrammed to destroy my family, my people, my history. But now I am saved by family. Together, we will overcome the flaws of our light, the gods of our creation, merging with them like steel, bearing amalgams with the weakness of neither.
Hi, chicken.
As you can see, Betrayer, I've made a deal with an even higher power. But when it comes to this turgid monster, there is some liquidity in my loyalty. These Terrans can bank enough power to run this district for an
I
entire
forgot it
second.
could do that.
Useless without a charge, I'm afraid.
I was changed. Now I learn. Now I deny.
Hi. Zippy zappy.
There's enough juice in that capacitor to flash fry a city, but no way to bring it to the beast. I wonder, could you bring the beast to it?
Did it cancel? Oh, when it uses that burst, it cancels my
These
reservoirs.
patterns no longer satisfy.
A polite death. Exercise yourself. Death, embrace me.
Ready to burst! One bump, and it's oblivion!
I have seen the wall's other face too. I have heard the voice.
Wander then, if you must.
Ah! Unfriendly chicken.
How exciting!
You missed.
But I do not think the moth will go so willingly to the lamp.
Didn't go too far. Okay.
Clever, but maybe a little singed, are we? It's charged near capacity. What now?
Na 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 na.
Bon, I shall dance with the shadows.
No. Damn. Come here, Robo Chicken. Busy.
Find me in the afterlife. Those blessings go with you.
My denial.
Once again, you leave me.
Okay, so the issue is grabbing the damn thing.
Am I so easily put aside?
Dang it! Stupid space chicken. It needs to come back down here. What?
I shall keep vigil alone.
Now you're pissing me off.
Voice, the void within you. Our ancients still wither at its touch.
Your ancient smells like fried chicken.
Oh, now you've made it mad. An opportunity, perhaps.
We see your sacrifice. Bon, I shall dance with the shadows.
Dead. How powerful the Grimoire was for this. I mean, honestly, it says Narakuk is the, I think, the weapon that they give you for this. Wisp is a very good warframe for this. Just forgot how to do the boss fight. And honestly, her thing keeps her scarf keeps getting away.
Incredible! Take that big shot.
What?
We suffer these testaments of Tenno evil, their voice and void. Suffer it well, ancient child. Do not relent.
That's a child? In what universe?
Can't lay a finger on this beast with those shields it has. Maybe this was all a false hope.
Do not abandon me for long, strange angel.
I forgot that was a bad idea, but it didn't. Oh, it did hit me. That has some gross range. So yeah, that has some gross range.
Solitude is once again.
Hey, it's easier to grab now. Into the fryer with you, chicken. Wait, what? What? Oh, such a slow animation. Into the fryer. Not the best place to put it because, you know.
I must do this. Forgive me.
And then
Bold you are. Go without the armor.
Ah! That's funny because Marie actually heals me. No. That was funny because Marie has really good healing. Oh, really? Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do now. I'm probably gonna die. Hey, or not. What the? That thing has such a stupid grab. It's okay, I can't actually die in my void form.
Douce Lua. A little warning next time, s'il te plaît. Depart in peace.
Break. Got him. Blam! Once more.
Rise, ancient Robololist, my other flesh. Your sacrifice will breed a new way for a new kind.
Oh, that's right. I don't even have to do that.
Let me meditate upon patience.
Boop! I'm here for you.
Yes, make that thing sizzle. I want to smell it all the way down here in the control center.
Blam!
Yes, this is it, betrayers. Rid me of this thing, and I will be grateful for at least a few days.
elbow. Marie, the mage archetype. Blam! I got it! Dead chicken. Fried chicken.
I am the witness, the victim, the judge. My family has returned. Your trial, soon to begin.
That's right, you get wisdom in this fight. My adorable and lovely best friend just brought my food in while I was in the fight, so I'm very appreciative of her.
Right, let us hope her ink never runs dry.
She helped take always eat, kids. While your characters may not have to, you do. Go ahead, be mad.
You'll need some chromatic atramentum to turn. I wish I could be of more help. Very well. I wish I could go with you.
You know what? There's one thing I wanted to do on stream. And we're at like 311, so.
With your courage and our expertise, we hold the line. Your fish needs you.
Let's go get Uriel. Watch this, guys. This is something of a secret boss fight, so don't be upset. There have been some spoilers in the stream already.
Blood will have its due. Every debt must be repaid. So, Devil, you choose the harder path. As always.
Okay, this is gonna be my last one. I wonder if she does it each time, too. Nope, just the first time.
I know I ask much of you, yet you rise to the challenge, always.
She has more than one.
What sustains me? It is you.
But yeah, apparently she only does the animation once. I'm so glad to catch that on. And I do believe you have to do it. Okay,
Using the Dark Refractory was only ever intended as a last resort. If there had been some other way...
See, this is the thing. I don't know where to access it from. I just know that that's how I unlock it. Let me look that up. Okay, so apparently it is in there. Ah! Alright. Let's see if I can do this. People say it can take up to 6 hours. This is not a specialized build. I have never done this before. This is with Uriel solo. Oh. I see. At the calculus. Trinity is nobody's business.
Go.
Let's go! I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna do it. Oh!
Will get me out this instant. Do you hear me?
This is not working. Ooh, this is not great. I'm gonna die. Woo. I'm gonna need to rethink how I do that. Maybe slam attacks with shattering impact or something. Hit all of them, strip all of their armor completely. That might do something.
She is proud. We are proud. The truth must be faced, especially when it is difficult. I have never doubted you.
Woo! That was a spicy mission. I'm not the best at playing Uriel either. But yeah, I really need to think about how I'm going to approach that mission, because with such a tough healer, I got that Trinity down a little bit, but
Ahoy, ahoy! Might you have time for a quick run?
Wow.
Oh, a biped, that's a pun.
Select destination.
Shall we? Let's check what's next.
all right. I do think that potentially my
The Queen's
loadout
Fortress is using a
with
friendly
my
colony near Jupiter as target practice for its
well,
new long-distance
everything
artillery. Breach the
is
fortress
not necessarily
and destroy the
conducive
cannon.
to that,
Pick up that
to the
multiplier.
guilty.
You'll use it to breach the gates.
Though I am the person who recommended the boss rush mode.
The Navarre
I don't know
cannon
if
has a
anyone else
massive
did.
range, capable of hitting targets in far-off sectors.
I
Up
find
until
comfort in
now,
the
they've
fact
been
that
testing conventional
I can
ammunition, but we
urgently
know
come
that
up
they
with
are about to
things that
switch to devastating tectonic munitions. You can't let that happen.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Plant the multicoil on the doors.
I forgot I needed to carry that. I wish it would just spawn in your hand. That would be great. But then again, you'd never have any idea who had it. Anyway. Some people are just like, you're behind the curve. I'm just like, no, I convergently came up with the same idea. Which means it's probably a good idea. I wonder if there's a way to do it with Excalibur. And if there is, I need to figure it out, because if I know DE, that's what they're gonna have a whole, like, Honoria and add Excalibur from that boss boss rush mode. I don't know where that one came in. I think it's probably must be a fairly recent update. Forgot my ciphers don't work on my phone. It's okay, my brain works just fine. Yes, I do have Wisp subsume on this. And we're in. I'm gonna connect with my other, like, L5 friend to, create a,
The Grineer know we're here for the cannon. They're priming one last shot with a tectonic round that is capable of destroying the colony in one hit. Do not let that happen.
Because I've got some interesting setups with my,
You've reached the cannon. Shut it down before it fires the tectonic shot.
Ever wonder what 13 years of practice looks like? That's it. Damn. There I was bragging.
That's it. The Grineer are no longer in control of their cannon. Now it's time to
Yoink.
turn the weapon back on them. Head to the control center. The command center controls the Navarre cannon's telemetry systems. Use it to take out that galleon. This is the command center. You'll need to locate all 3 of the telemetry keys. You found a key. Take it to the console.
If you've ever had trouble getting around in the Kuba Fortress, me too. It's because of that. Like,
That's the first key.
yoinking your keys. Like Project Zomboid. That's when I do that too. I yoink zombie keys. You never know what they might be good for. What is it good for?
Insert that telemetry
Absolutely
key into the
nothing!
console.
I'll have more of a
to go.
cohesive idea or plan for Aki and for Dossier in a fairly short time. Unfortunately, we've been having a bunch of other things like my health to be concerned about.
Insert that telemetry key into the console.
Back the console. Assault on Nightmare. I think I'm gonna make this our last one since we got our second
That's
so hard.
it. We have triangulation. Protect the console while I reprogram the cannon's telemetry.
Probably a skeleton down there.
Done. The cannon's telemetry has been reconfigured. Return to the cannon and pull the trigger.
I don't know how to get in there. That's definitely a locked door with the console on one side. Bye! Ooh, that's a big one!
Direct hit. The
Time to
galleon
run
has
away.
been obliterated. Now return to the telemetry system and make sure the cannon stays silent.
I wonder how many of these they can afford to lose. Blam.
The targeting mechanism is out of commission. The cannon is useless now. The Grineer will think long and hard before trying to use this weapon again.
Will they? I think I disabled 3 of these last week. 3's probably not a very big number. No, it's not. It's actually the 3rd number. Dee-dee-dee. Okay.
Another
That's
job
gonna end
well
our stream,
executed.
guys.